Okay, for 7th grade, this is going to be lesson number 6. Okay, we're going to do a quick review on solving two-step equations. Okay, now we are going to follow the same procedure we have been working on. This video is going to have a link under it for some exercises. Okay, and I'm going to start to ask for these exercises so that we can check them. Okay, that way we'll know where we're at and we'll know exactly what do we need to work on. Okay, so let's start with these exercises. Remember that when we were talking about two-step equations, we're talking about following two types of procedures to solve the equation. Okay, we might need to subtract and then multiply, or we need to add and then divide. Okay, so that's what it's like for two-step equations. Okay, that we need to perform more than one procedure to solve for the answer. Okay, so let's start with the first one. It says w over 4 minus 21 equals to negative 3. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. Okay, we're going to copy it here. Okay, so just by looking at it, okay, the first thing we need to do is find a number so that we can either solve for this one and move it to the other side, or do the same procedure on both sides. Okay, so let's start with that one first. Okay, I'm going to leave some space. Okay, minus 21 equals minus 3. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is add 21 on both sides so that we can eliminate this part. Minus 21 plus 21. Okay, we know it's 0. Okay, so we're going to have only w over 4 on this side. Okay, and minus 3 plus 21. Okay, that means that it's the same as 21 minus 3, and that's going to be 18. Okay, now this number, okay, if you notice, this number is dividing. So how do I switch it to the other side? Okay, we switch it to the other side, multiplying. So we're going to have w equals 18 times 4. Okay, and the answer for 18 times 4 is going to be 4 times 10, 40, 4 times 3, 4 times 8, 32, 72. Okay, and there we have our answer. Okay, so what were the two steps that we did? First we added, then we multiply. Okay, so that's what we're talking about when we say two-step equations. Okay, so first we added 21 to eliminate the middle term, okay, and we do it on both sides, and then we multiply to solve for w. Okay, let's do number 2. Okay, number 2 says 13x plus 42 equals to 81. Okay, what do we do first? Here we have 42 positive. Okay, so we do the same procedure on both sides so that we can continue with the balance. Okay, so we would have 13x plus 42, 81. Okay, and remember, what we do on one side, we need to do it on the other. Okay, so we subtract 42. Okay, that way we eliminate this part. Okay, and we would only have 13x. Okay, and 81 minus 42, we can do it in our calculators, and it's going to be 39. Okay, now what is the next step? This number is multiplying. I switch it to the other side. Dividing. Remember, we're doing opposite operations. Okay, so we're going to have x equals 39 divided by 13, and x is going to be 3. Okay, what are the two steps that we did in this equation? We subtract, and then we divide. Okay, in this one, we added, and then we multiply. Okay, so this is like the opposite of this one. Okay, perfect. Let's work on number 3. Okay, let me erase this one. Okay, number 3 would be minus 5 equals negative 19 minus x divided by 7. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is try to eliminate the middle term so that we can solve. Okay, so we're going to leave some space and we're going to have minus 5 equals minus 19 minus x divided by 7. Okay, so what do we need to do to eliminate this number? We add 19. Okay, so we add 19 on this side and we add 19 on this side. Okay, so this becomes 0 and we're just going to have minus x divided by 7 and minus 5 plus 19, which is the same as having 19 minus 5, is going to be 14. Okay? Now this number, okay, this number is dividing. So how do I switch it to the other side? We multiply. Okay? And so that we can have x as a positive, the negative sign, we can switch it when we move the x. When we move the 7, sorry. So we're going to have 14 times negative 7 is going to equal to x. Okay? Remember, this negative sign, we moved it with the 7. So that's why it's moving to the other side. And we have x on this side as positive. Okay? So just to be sure, we take our calculators. 14 times 7, 98. Okay? But negative. So we have negative 98 equals to x. And we have our answer. Okay, so what are the two steps that we're looking for? Addition first, then multiplication. Let's do number 4. Number 4 says 12 equals y over 36 plus 17. Okay, so the first step is trying to eliminate this 17 so that we can work on the y. Okay, so we have 12, we leave some space, y over 36. Okay, oh sorry, plus 17. Okay, and so that we can eliminate this term, we're going to subtract 17 on this side and 17 on this side. Okay, so in here we're going to have 12 minus 17 minus 5. Okay, and this becomes 0. 17 minus 17, 0. Okay, and this 36 is dividing. So how do I switch it to the other side? Multiply. Okay, so we have minus 5 times 36 is equal to y. And remember, this has to be negative. Okay, so we take up our calculators. And just to check, 5 times 36, 180. But it's going to be negative 180. Okay, and we have the answer for y. Okay, remember, what are the two steps that we were doing? Subtracting and then multiplication. 2 steps. Okay, let's work on number 5 and number 6. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so number 5 is going to be minus x divided by 2 plus 4 equals to 12. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is find a term so that we can eliminate this 4. Okay, so we're going to have minus x divided by 2 plus 4 equals to 12. Okay, so here we subtract 4 and we subtract 4 so that this becomes 0. Okay, then we have minus x divided by 2 equals 8. Okay, now this 2 is dividing. So how do I switch it to the other side? Multiply. And we carry the negative sign so that we can have the x as positive on this side. Okay, so it's going to be x equals 8 multiplied by minus 2, because remember that this sign is traveling with the x. Okay, so x is going to be equal to minus 16. And there we have our answer. Perfect. Let's work on number 6. Number 6 says 9.1 equals x over 3.7 plus 4.1. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is eliminate 4.1. Okay, so we copy 9.1 equals x over 3.7 plus 4.1. Okay, and we're going to subtract 4.1 on this side and 4.1 on this side so that this one becomes 0. Okay, 9.1 minus 4.1 is 5. Okay. Now, this 3.7 is dividing. How do I switch it to the other side? Multiply. Okay, so even though we're using decimals, this is the same procedure. Okay, this one moves to the other side. Multiply. So we have 5 times 3.7 equals to x. And to have a perfect answer, 3.7 in our calculators times 5, 18.5 equals to x. And what are the two procedures that we were looking for? First we subtract, then we multiply. Okay? So this is how we solve two-step equations. Okay? This was just a review. Okay? Because on the next lesson we're going to cover a new topic. Okay? So this was just a quick review where you're going to find more exercises like this on the link under this video. Okay? So make sure to check them out and to work on them. Okay? And this was reviewing two-step equations. You can find more exercises on your books for Chapter 3, Section 1. Okay? Perfect. So if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, make sure to check out the exercises.